This is Ria for FFP. I am with Malik Scott, the trainer of Deontay Wilder.
Yes.
How are you?
How you doing this evening?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good, very good. Here enjoying this this game elevation from a promoter standpoint that the Saudis and Turkey has added on to boxing, which is, like I said, game elevation, because the promotion has never been done like that. So many fighters from so many different walks of life have never been given opportunities like this financially, big stage-wise and everything. So it's a proud moment for boxing right now, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
And how do you feel about Deontay being given this opportunity to be part of such a huge roster?
I think it's a blessing. It's another blessing. And I also think that this time that we can't afford to have a lackluster performance like we had last time. One, because we have a very, very dangerous, big, imposing opponent. Two, because Deontay is on the second part of his career, and he just don't have time to waste. And what I mean by that is, he don't have time to be lackluster. He don't have time to not be himself. He don't have time not to be violent. He don't have time to have bad days in the office on big stages like this. So we'll see. And we got our hands full because, like I said, Zhang is dangerous, but I believe that Deontay can pass this test with flying colors in the most violent way, too, in the most violent manner. I believe he can knock Zhang out cold.
Let's hope so. You say that he doesn't have any time to waste.
Yes.
Since the Parker fight, has his training been very quick to resume? How has he been preparing for this fight?
Yes, well, pre-camp started about 3 months ago. He already started back sparring. He already started back doing floor work. Me and him has been game planning, doing our floor work, pad work, bad work, noodle work, technical work, everything. But Deontay Wilder is a killer. It's just who he is in boxing. Like, you know, he's not trying to punch at you. He's trying to punch through you with no concern about anything that has to do with your life. And that's who he needs to be when he fights Zhang, and that's who he will be. We can't afford another lackluster performance. We can't afford to be waiting around. We can't afford to let rounds get away from us, because there is no tomorrow. And we only have that time, that night of the fight, to get it done in the ring. Because when we get out the ring, I want Deontay to not just be proud of whoever. I want him to be proud of himself. His last fight with Joseph Parker, he wasn't proud of himself, and I dug it. I liked it, because I was looking at it like, you shouldn't be proud of that performance, but are you willing to fix it? A week later, 2 weeks later, he was back in training camp. He was back sparring. He was back getting it right, and even the language, he had a get it back right language type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Everything was like, bro, back working hard, want to do this, can we work on this? I'm glad we worked on that, let's continue to build. And that's the attitude you have to have in this noble art, because nothing should be taken for granted. The world doesn't owe us nothing. The same way Deontay have knocked 30 or 40 something people out, is the same way that it could be done to him. Like, you know what I mean? If you going to somebody, to me, you should walk to them in boxing with humility. You shouldn't just go to them with your chin out. If you're going to be backing up against somebody, you should back up and have a buffer in between you and your opponent. That's how you not take boxing for granted. That's how you stay technically sound when you really want to win and you really want to protect yourself. And that's what he's doing now, and I'm proud of him for that.
It seems like it's not a question of skill with Deontay, it's more a question of mentality. I mean,
yes.
He said up there that he's got everything to gain and nothing to lose. How much of a big part of his training and his camp is his mentality?
You say the last part, they start right.
How much of a part is his mentality in his training leading up to this fight on June 1st?
Oh, it's everything. Mentality is everything. I know we lost the last fight because of his mentality and him not being able to pull the trigger and him not being himself. Like, that's all mental stuff, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I can't get too caught up and say, well, that was all mental, and say, well, let's leave your technical mistakes alone, and let's just focus on you going. I don't want people to think, since Deontay Wilder was moving, that he's getting ready to go right out there and just walk head on to Zhang's biggest punches. He's not going to go right out there and just go, go, go. No, he's not. He's going to be very violent. He's going to do it in a systematic way, and he's going to do it with good mannerisms. He's going to have humility while he's doing it, but he has to be violent at the same time. He cannot have another performance like him not pulling the trigger, because that's not who he is. Deontay Wilder is a killer, and he's going to display that come June 1st.
So how confident are you in Deontay, in a few words?
I'm extremely confident in Deontay, and but at the same time, I'm confident in Deontay because I come up in boxing since the age of 12, and I'm 43 years young right now. So this is all I know, and I done seen the best of them have bad days in the office and then come back and make those wrong right. So a bad day in the office doesn't define a fighter to me. How they come back defines a fighter to me. And it's his time to come back, and it's his time to be himself, and it's his time to give it his all, and it's his time to knock Zhang out cold like I know he can do. And it's his time to show all of you why I brag about him so much, even though he's my fighter.
Well, let's hope June 1st he does come out on top and show the world who he is. Thank you so much, Malik, for your time. Lovely to meet you. Thank you, and God bless you for waiting for me. Thank you.